Hey, it's Dr. Charles, aka CoachMD. In my over 30 years of medical practice, I've made it my goal to help you create a great life by achieving a strong mind, a healthy body, and an unshakable spirit. What I want to talk to you today about is some very practical interventions that you could embrace to help you be fit, to have a healthy body, and to have a healthy weight. And I'm going to turn to some weight loss advice from Ayurvedic. That word always gets me, Ayurvedic. The first time I try to say it, I always mess it up. But Ayurvedic is has a long history of medical practice in India. It's really the kind of the natural, if you will, the natural treatments that have been around for thousands of years. And practiced by certain practitioners in India. And so let's go over this article that gives you some really practical advice. Weight loss, 7 ways to, quote, melt body fat naturally as per Ayurveda. Ayurvedic practitioner Dr. Shyam VL shares 7 tips that can help lose belly fat over time. This is very important here. This point, which we're going to go over in a second. Eat 50% of your daily calories at lunch. 50% of your daily calories at lunch. That's when the digestive power is the strongest. And I'm going to have some comments on that because it goes along a lot. It matches a lot what I've said in the past in some of my previous videos, thinking about the way our hormones act in our body and also genetically how we're programmed. For many, losing weight may not be the real problem. It is the fact that the stubborn body fat, or the fat around the abdomen, which is the most serious for us, medically speaking, that people struggle with. While genetic factors may play a role, belly fat can also be controlled with a few lifestyle tweaks suggested by Ayurvedic practitioner Dr. Shyam VL. According to him, one should look to melt the body fat away naturally with some effective, easy to follow Ayurvedic tips. Now, he says here that eat 50% of your daily calories at lunch, as your digestive power is the strongest at that time. Eat the least number of calories at dinner, which should be before 7 p.m. Reduce consumption of refined carbohydrates. Stay away from sweets, sweetened drinks, and foods rich in oil. We know that. Well, bad oils. That's really what he's talking about. Good oils meaning omega-3 fatty acids, omega-9s like olive oil or avocado oil. Those are omega-9s. Omega-3s are what are found in fatty fish. Belly fat might look stubborn, but with rich diet and exercise, you can melt that fat easily. Get guidance from an Ayurvedic doctor to help you work with a detailed plan. Now, why would we eat most of our calories at lunchtime? Now, going back to what I've written about, what I've videoed, what I talked about a lot, which I once wrote a manuscript years ago called the one meal a day diet plan. And that's because we were programmed. Think about it. Our bodies, our physiologic body makeup is very similar to what it was in our cave-dwelling ancestors 50,000 years ago. And 50,000, 10,000 years ago, before the end of the Ice Age, what did we do? We would go to sleep, wake up, hunt and gather, collect what we hunted and gathered, and eat it right away because there was no refrigeration, there was no storage, had to eat it right away. When did that happen? It happened around midday, around lunchtime. So our evolution, we spike actually our cortisol around 4 o'clock in the morning. So by spiking cortisol at 4 o'clock in the morning, that shoots our sugar up a little bit to give us the energy when we wake up to go and hunt and gather. And then the sugar starts tailing off, the cortisol starts tailing off, and that allows us to eat around midday. Now that cortisol starts going up again during the later part of the afternoon. So if we eat again a lot by the later part of the afternoon or dinner time, then that could kind of compound the way our body stores fat. So that's why he's saying eat 50% of your calories at midday, at lunchtime. And that will, not only is our digestive power the strongest, but it really is along with our physiology. So when I wrote that one meal a day plan, it was taking this into account. And that's also why I embrace fasting, intermittent fasting, where we don't eat anything from the time we stop eating around 7 to 9 o'clock in the evening until midnight, until midday the next day. And that goes along with our physiology, and that also helps with the melting body fat, if you will. So here's a couple things that he talks about. Again, 50% daily calories at lunch, reduce consumption of refined carbohydrates, stay away from sweets, sweetened drinks especially. You could drink 30 grams of sugar in one shot by an 8-ounce glass of orange juice or apple juice or any type of fruit juice. It's giving you very little benefit, honestly. So if you actually cut that in half and diluted it with water, put some ice in it, it would taste just as satisfying, and you'd cut down a lot. So that's one way. And here are some other simple tips. Now, he's embracing certain herbs, Ayurvedic herbs. Now, I'm not necessarily endorsing these. This is his opinion, but you might look into it because they may be helpful for you. Consume fine powder of roasted fenugreek seeds with water in the morning on an empty stomach, or you can soak fenugreek seeds overnight and consume them in the morning on an empty stomach. That's the key. And here's another interesting piece of advice. According to Dr. Shyam, Garcinia cambogia fruit enhances taste, improves digestion, and boosts metabolism, which helps lose weight. Now, many supplements are out there that talks about this. Many companies have been formed with this, with products that have this main ingredient in it. I think that the medical literature has not shown it to be enormously effective, but it could possibly add to the other lifestyle interventions that you and that you embrace during this these recommendations. Now, here's something that I never heard of, actually, is triphala. Triphala helps eliminate toxins from the body and rejuvenates the digestive system. So that's an interesting. I'm not really sure about that. Take a teaspoon of actually, now I have heard of this. I haven't used it, haven't recommended it, don't know much about it, but this is what his recommendation is. Take a teaspoon of triphala powder with warm water 2 hours post-dinner. Here's another one. This is interesting, and I've known about this. Dry ginger powder contains thermogenic agents that are useful to burn fat. I don't like that term burning fat because it has connotations that really aren't scientific or medical. However, ginger does increase the body internal body temperature, and it can increase metabolism somewhat. So regular consumption of water boiled with dried ginger powder may actually help in boosting your metabolism and burning off excess fat. So his recommendation is to add ginger to your daily diet and aid weight loss. Now, he talks about exercise. Brisk walking by holding the core of your tummy for 30 minutes is an effective method of burning belly fat. And yeah, that is something that you can do. You don't need any equipment. You don't need any gym memberships, whatever. I have found as I get older that I have to work out pretty intensely to keep my body fat off or from settling in areas that I don't want it to settle. This is one area. If you're actively walking, that's the key. Brisk, active walking, not just strolling, just talking on your cell phone, whatever, but brisk walking where you contract your abdominal muscles, your core as you're walking. That's effective, I believe. Yoga and Pilates also help burn burn belly fat, belly weight. And I'd also say HIIT, HIIT, high intensity interval training, is also very effective at doing that. And that's what I engage in my CrossFit fitness. Whenever you are thirsty, drink warm water. Warm water activates your metabolism and aids in weight loss. You may actually want to put some lemon juice in that. And I have actually, this is what I drink in the morning, a tablespoon of lemon juice, organic, pure, 100% lemon juice, and a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. I find that effective. Take time to chew food. And I have told many people this, really close your eyes when you eat. Take your time. Just don't wolf it down, because you'll fill up more quickly. Carbohydrate digestion starts in the mouth whilst mixing with saliva. Chewing helps break down food in the mouth before it travels to the rest of the digestive tract. And it also activates satiety hormone, alerting when the stomach is full. And that's why we should take time doing that, because it really does work when you take time, and when you take time to eat, actually gives your belly time to send the message through that hormone, it's leptin hormone, to the brain to say, yes, I am full. So I hope these tips help you. Let me know. Leave some comments, and definitely subscribe to my channel so I can keep doing this for you and hopefully helping you out. So until next time, I'm Dr. Charles, a.k.a. CoachMD, urging you to stay strong in mind, in body, and in soul. Bye for now.
Hey, Dr. Charles, CoachMD. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure to like and comment below. I'd love to hear from you. If you think you have a friend who might benefit from this video, share it with them. For access to exclusive content, support my Patreon. There you'll get private access to videos, meditations, health tips, even relationship and financial tips. You'll have a say in what I produce and be able to participate in a monthly call with me. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you soon.